I know my church people are disappointed in me because they couldn't get me to think like they do. We have a lot of soft paddling Christians in churches today, even pastors. The whole idea is to be soft. I say soft because we want to be like the world, compassionate, but there is a way of becoming compassionate in regards to the recent protests and stuff. Protesting is good. It is our American right to protest, to put our voice across. This is freedom of speech, but not as a smoke screen for looting. It has become a smoke screen for looting. So looters pretend to protest and they go to where the malls are and they, like the Bible says, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what they do. And you can see it. It's so evident. They're still protesting. That why they're protesting, I don't think anybody knows or cares. So it's come really close to home. My neighborhood drugstore was broken into, kicked into. So everybody is using this anger or whatever they think it's justified to loot, really. So yesterday wasn't any different. Yesterday they went to Santa Monica, my usual hangout. It's a peaceful, sleepy beach town. And there was some protests, and in the end they ended up breaking into every store. Are you there to protest or loot when you bring bricks with you? You hide bricks around the route. When you bring, I've seen this guy with a long metal bar. What's that for? To break into buildings. So they were even, some stores were boarded up. They broke into that too. They drove cars nearby and people were coming in and out, bringing stuff and packing the car with it. So this TV crew was following a group of protesters supposedly in Long Beach. And next thing you know, when you see running, the newscaster said, they've broken into a store and everybody's like free for all. And there was this guy outside, waving, saying, this way, this way, this way, this way. So, the optics are not good. There was this black woman coming out of a cheesecake factory, a restaurant that serves cheesecake, and she just looted the place, came in with a whole cheesecake, so 2 glasses and a bottle of pop. The pictures are all over the place of people of a certain ethnicity that are doing the looting. And me and my church member is fighting, and he says, you're a known, what does he say? Known fascist. It's like, he called me a fascist. And I look up, what is a fascist? Fascist is somebody, I know it's ultra conservative, but they use force, like Mussolini. It's more a governmental situation than a person who's a fascist. I'm conservative. The Bible is my absolute morality in conduct, in everything. You don't steal, you don't kill, you don't destroy property that's not yours, that you didn't pay for. And he thinks that it's all very well for me to say it now that I'm have this charmed life, not knowing that my life was not always like this, that charm, not to say that, but it is, okay, what does he say? Okay, a delusional victim complex, meaning me. So here is a rich, privileged, white-skinned, Christian, English-speaking, Chinese, Malaysian, born into welfare privilege, speaking Chinese, telling us how she was oppressed by the poor native brown Muslims, the ethnic Malays, who, after decades of living under the economic thumb of racist colonial ethnic Chinese, began to institute a kind of affirmative action for themselves. That is the oppression of which she speaks. The faux oppression of legitimately oppressed people demanding their place at the table. How dare they? Little does he know that. Well, I said, I thank him. I said, you just confirm that it's totally possible to rise up from all odds against whatever odds you're facing. My life, our life has not always been like that. The crushing poverty, I don't even want to think about it. It brings back PTSD. Seriously. We had no running water, no indoor plumbing, no electricity, and nothing, just a bunch of kids. But we didn't know we were poor. We had school, we had the Bible. And that was all we had. All I had was school. I think I said, besides, it wasn't the Chinese who ruled us, it was the British. We were a British colony. And I thank God, today I'm forever and always indebted to the Brits, who brought us an education, an English education, who brought us a faith, the Christian faith. That's all I had, school and the Bible, nothing else. Praying each time for the promises of God. And he's seen me through, seen my family through, that today we're all abroad and doing well. That it shows that you can rise up above any odds and all odds. And the people in this nation, in the United States, has no reason for their anger, for their gripe, none whatsoever. All we have to look around us is the opportunities, and there are plenty. It's up to the individual. And it is sad for them to think, you look at me like I've always been like, no, this, like I said, I don't want to talk about how poor we are, the crushing poverty. The memory of it will just bring back PTSD. But know that I'm thankful that I had whatever English education I was allowed, and the Bible, praying each day, to God. And there, by the grace of God, totally and completely. And, the protest yesterday was horrible. They broke into stores, even stores that were boarded. And today there is going to be at another protest at 2:00 in the outside the federal building. There are no shops there, but they intend to march down Wilshire Boulevard all the way to the beach, to Ocean, possibly breaking into all the shops on Wilshire. I mean, that is the reasoning. The first night was good. They protested outside City Hall. There were no shops there. I said, wow, this is good. Next night, they got smart. They went to where the malls are, especially the fanciful malls at the Grove. The Grove is a very fanciful mall area with lots of fanciful shops. They broke into that. Then they went to Rodeo Drive. The Rodeo Drive is where Beverly Hills is, with all this fancy high-end stores. Gucci, everybody broke into Gucci and got Gucci bags and whatever else. And they went to a Mercedes store too. They couldn't hotwire the car. If they could, they would drive up with it, but they vandalized the car. So it is sad. See, the thing is, if we justify this kind of action, their anger and their outrage, that they can, it's all right to protest, to be angry and outraged. It's so, the incident with the policeman is going through the law courts. Let the system take care of it. Is there injustice in the world? Yes, I'll be the first one to tell you how I faced it growing up, and even here. But you work through it. You have to decide what you want, what is good for you and your family, and therefore for humanity, and you work through it. Am I angry? No, never. I worked in Skid Row for 15 years among this enfranchise the Black people. My audience was the homeless, the mentally ill, the paroled felon. I worked there for 15 years. When I was first transferred there, I've never seen a Black person in my life. They were all Blacks, and I thought, I was offended. I said, somebody hates me in this company. That's why they put me here, so I will quit. But it was the most blessed time of my life. I was sad all the time because these people are locked in their doxy because of politicians. Things will never change as long as we think they're disenfranchised and oppressed. See, many people still want to come to this country. They climb over the borders. They face all kinds of danger to come here. But you are living here. So if you change your mind, change your rhetoric, and said, heck, I'm going to work hard and see what this country can give me, then things will change. Otherwise, it will not. When living the 21st century, this will continue forever. And my friend who wants to be a pastor, we need to have bigger conversation than that.